Have you ever started a small task, like replying to an email or putting away dishes, and then found yourself 3 minutes later staring at your phone, wondering why you never finished? That little gap can feel embarrassing or frustrating, like a cold breeze that makes your chest tighten. You are not alone, and this is not a character flaw. I'm Dr. Maya Collins, a clinical psychologist who studies attention and everyday habits, and I share practical, brain-based tips you can try right away. In this short video, I will explain why your brain often abandons simple tasks and give you 3 specific testable solutions that work with how your brain is built. I will show the problem, explain the science in plain words, then walk through 3 practical steps you can use today. If you like this kind of advice, subscribe for more weekly tools to make your routines easier. Think of a morning when the sunlight hits the kitchen counter, you smell coffee, and hear the kettle click, and you mean to just wash one mug and then walk out the door. The visual of the mug sitting there, the sound of the faucet, the warmth on the counter, these cues are real and vivid. Yet a notification buzzes and your attention snaps to the phone. That moment of distraction is common. A neighbor, a coworker, or your partner might notice and joke about it. But the real cause is that your brain split the task in 2 and the second half never got a clear signal to restart. You might feel guilty, but guilt doesn't fix it. Understanding does. To make sense of it briefly, your working memory is like a sticky note in your mind that holds the next step. The prefrontal cortex is the manager that keeps that sticky note in place. When distractions arrive, the sticky note falls off and the manager gets pulled to other tasks. Distraction is not just a rude interruption, it literally reduces the mental resources available to complete the job. Imagine a small table with 3 cups on it, the light glinting off the rim, the smell of soap lingering, and then a gust of wind that scatters the cups. That gust is distraction, and the table is your working memory. This explanation is simple but useful because it points to what we can change in the environment and in our actions. Before I give the steps, I want to hear from you. Pause for a second and tell me in the comments if this happens to you. Start your comment with the phrase "happened to me" and then add where it happened, like at home or at work. I read comments and sometimes feature stories in future videos, so your short line helps others feel less alone and helps me choose examples to cover next. Okay, here are 3 brain-based solutions you can try starting today. First, create a visible cue or anchor. Put a small, like a sticky note or a keychain next to the item you will leave, or make a closing ritual phrase you say out loud. For example, say out loud, "Closing ritual done," as you click off the light. Hearing your voice provides an auditory cue. The paper feels slightly rough under your fingers, and seeing the object in place gives you a visual anchor. Second, chunk the task and use a 1-step tag. Instead of thinking "I need to finish the whole project," tag the very next action. Reply to this one email now. Make the steps so small your brain can hold it in working memory. You will feel the relief in your shoulders, the light pressure on your fingertips as you type, and the tiny sound of the send button. Third, use an environmental aid like a tray, a basket, or a folder as a physical closing place where finished things go. Your partner, your coworker Jenna, your friend Sarah, or Dr. Lee can all see the tray and respect it as the finish line. The ritual of placing an item in the tray becomes automatic after a few repetitions and frees up the prefrontal cortex. Why these work? Each step reduces load on working memory and gives the prefrontal cortex simple, repeatable rules to follow. Cues and anchors act like signposts, so your brain does not have to guess what comes next. Chunking transforms big, vague goals into immediate, actionable steps, and environmental aids remove decision friction. Over days, these changes build mental resilience and improve mindfulness and attention without needing more willpower. If you try one strategy, practice it for 3 days and notice what changes in your sense of control and the small sensations that signal completion. To recap briefly, use a visible cue or say a closing ritual. Break tasks into tiny next actions and use a physical finishing place. These are simple, practical steps that align with how attention and working memory work. If you found this helpful, write in the comments "happened to me" and where it happened, and tell me which of the three you will try today. Subscribe to get more brain-based habits, and in the next video, I will show how to turn these 3 steps into a morning exit routine you can use every day. Small signals lead to big finishes.